Semi-axle eyesight is there, the high drive, deep center, go, 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 we're out of here, say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Camden Athletic Complex. We've got an excellent game on our hands as we've got the District 14 Juniors Championship between Haddon Heights and Erial here from the home of Rutgers Camden Baseball. Of course, as they are embarking into their off-season, we've got ourselves a wonderful matchup here from beneath the Ben Franklin Bridge. Haddon Heights is the only undefeated team in this tournament, and while they have been slept on by a few, they are heavily favored by many. Erial has taken one loss in this tournament, already playing Haddon Heights earlier in the semifinal round. The 14 bracket that consisted of Haddon Heights, Erial, Audubon, and Blackwood. Audubon and Blackwood have been taken care of, and now the two that have already met before in this tournament are now meeting again in the finals. Considering that Haddon Heights is 3-0, if they win today, the tournament's all over. Erial takes the second double elimination loss, and they go on to Section 4, which is played at Deptford Little League. Now, if Erial wins, we go back same time tomorrow for the do-or-die Game 7, where both teams will have one loss, and it will be back to a clean slate. But these guys are getting introduced on the field right now as Moises Miranda is the starting pitcher for Erial tonight, batting in the 3 spot. They've got a lot of confidence with Angelo Feliciano at the helm there, and Steve Barr is the head coach over at Haddon Heights. I've got my producer Jake Clark with me tonight as we've got an excellent game on the horizon from Camden Athletic Complex. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with starting lineups and first pitch here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. The Erial Baseball Club is taking the field looking to survive another day and force that elimination Game 7 tomorrow night. But Haddon Heights is looking to end this thing a day early with their 3-0 run already intact. We were talking about earlier the District 14 bracket, the winner advancing to Section 4 at Deptford. You know, the first games were held on Saturday the 22nd. Blackwood fell to Haddon Heights, and Erial beat Audubon. And in the losers bracket, Blackwood took care of Audubon, Erial took care of Blackwood. And then these guys met up in the semifinal round. Haddon Heights and Erial, they already met earlier in this tournament. So if this game and if this series goes all the way, then you're going to have a 3-time rematch between these two teams. But Moises Miranda is your starting pitcher for Erial tonight. You know, we saw him warm up before the game. He's a good right-hander, good lanky form, and he's got a good mix of a fastball and an off-speed. He doesn't try to do too much with it, but he's got good velo for his age group, and he's got a lot of vertical break, especially on that changeup, and that seems to be his hidden pitch, is that it looks like a fastball from eye level, and then it kind of just drops off, and it's hard to hit. So Haddon Heights is going to try to stomp on these guys tonight, and we'll see what they can do. So let's take a look at Haddon Heights starting lineup, coached by Steve Barr and brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. For the Garnets tonight, as we said, as coached by Steve Barr, is going to be, hold on, got to pull it up real quick. We've got Nicky Carpino leading it off, Frank Farich in the 2 spot, Luke Cole in 3, Alex Delgazzo in the cleanup spot, Evan Barr at 5, Jack Soriano at 6, TJ Murphy at 7, Nolan Doyle at 8, Frank Monahan at 9, Benji Durand at 10, and Matt Daniels at the 11 spot, led by Coach Steve Barr and assisted by Chris Soriano and Dominic Cole. So as Moises Morano gets warmed up here for Erial, we'll have a good game on our hands here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
Live on YouTube at the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting channel. If you have family that can't attend, please send them the link. You can get that up at the table tonight. Thank you, Dan Wilkins, for bringing your presentation to our game tonight.
So type that.
And again, big thanks to Carmine Rampolla, the district administrator, for having us out here tonight. We were in the 10U bracket last night from Mount Ephraim as Audubon took care of the Mount Ephraim Hawks in their District 14 first round by a score of 8-1. But
leading off for
the Haddon Heights Garnets is going to be Nicky Garpino in the garnet and gold versus the green and gold. Erial taking their field in the white jerseys with the green and yellow accents and the green pinstripes. Haddon Heights getting us started here with the red tops, white pants, and yellow and white accents on their jerseys. From the Camden Athletic Complex on a beautiful Friday night, and the first pitch is down and away. We are underway. A very cool for late June, 77 degrees here from Camden. Gusts blowing out to left field at 20 miles per hour, so the ball might be flying a little bit here tonight at the pitcher-friendly Rutgers Camden Park. That one is away. Going to be 2-0. First 3 for Haddon Heights in the top of the first. Going to be Carpino, Farich, and Cole. As Moises, with a 2-0, drops in there for a strike, 2-1. As we said, Haddon Heights, the only undefeated team in this junior bracket tournament. Going to be 3-1 here, hitter-friendly count for Carpino. As 0-0 kicks in, delivers. This one is rocketed out towards left field. This one is going to get down the left field line and fair. Taking a hard turnaround first, chug it into second base. He's not going to stop there. There's a little trouble out in left. He's going to stop at third. He's got a leadoff triple. Carpino. Great way to get this party started, hooking one down the left field line. That was a perfect way to get the offense rolling. You had a hitter-friendly count, and you add on to it with a triple. I mean, that's not an easy spot to get a triple. It's only 320 down the left field line, but it must have taken an odd carom that I couldn't see off the fence and had a little trouble in the outfield. That one is down 1-0. So here is Frank Farik. Takes a strike, 1-1. One. 2-1. But Erial already in trouble here. Just with the first batter of the game, that leadoff triple kind of puts everybody in a tough corner. And he's going to ground this one to third. It hits off of the third baseman's leg, goes out to short, and that's going to be an RBI as Carpino scores, and it's 1-0 Haddon Heights here in the first. Still no outs recorded for Cole.
Now batting number 4, Luke Cole.
That one gets trapped in the dirt, and he'll advance to second, 1-0. Like we said, Haddon Heights is the only undefeated team in this tournament. They are 3-0 after wins over over Blackwood and Erial. That's going to be a roller of a hit, an unusual one at that, and he gets the out, but he moves the runner Farik over to third. And there's one away here as Delgazzo grabs a bat.
Now batting number 5, Alex Delgazzo.
So Alex Delgazzo in the cleanup spot, moving that runner over to third in an already 1-0 Haddon Heights game. Here from the Camden Complex. There's a strike. Right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. 0-1 to Delgazzo. Ahead of that one, and it's 0-2. That's one of the things that, 0-0 Moises, he can use that to his advantage. And, one of the best things about Miranda's game is that he can switch up the pitch speeds mid-at-bat and, really use it looking for the word here, but, set off the hitter's timing. That's going to be a base hit to score Farik as Delgazzo gets aboard, and it's 2-0 Heights, one away in the first.
Evan Barr.
Here's Evan Barr, the 5th hitter to grab a bat this frame. As the runner goes, that one's outside. Good save to avoid that from going to the backstop, which is, at least for this age group, a very wide backstop. You've got a lot of room to work with. Whether it hits the pole or not, you've probably got about 15, 20 feet between the edge of home plate and the back chain link fence here. But we already talked about how this ballpark is pitcher friendly in itself. 404 to center, and even though it's 311 to right, you have that 20-foot fence that prevents it from going onto Linden Street in right field, 343 into the right center field gap, and then closer to 370. A lollipop throw goes high, goes into the shallow left field corner. They're going to have a play at the plate. It is not in time, and Delgazzo comes all the way around to score. And a 3 spot in the top of the first give Haddon Heights a comfortable lead here early on versus Erial. And a 2-1 count. Two-1 count here to Barr. Here in the District 14 Juniors Championship. This one is hit well towards shallow right center field, and it's caught. 2 away. Backpedaling over at second base.
Now batting number 99, Jack Soriano.
Making that play number 13, Ryan Ramirez. batting towards the bottom of the order tonight, so we'll see him later on. But here is Soriano, number 99. I feel like high baseball numbers are kind of going out of style. You know, I wore, for the Audubon All-Stars back in the day, I wore the number 92. Everybody chose 1 or 4 or 13, something like that. Back in 2017, when I was selected for the team, I did not want to wear a number that any Major League Baseball player had ever worn. And at the time, the only ones that had never been worn were 89, 90, and 92. And I said, well, what number looks the coolest to me? And I said 92. That's what I wore. Now, granted, I went about 0 for 8 on the travel team. But that's a fun story nonetheless. Now, in recent years, with all of the call-ups and send-downs that happened during the COVID seasons in 21 and 20, every number from 0 to 99 has been worn. There's a strike. 3-1. Somebody's got a soundboard up in the booth. I think Carmine's toying with some buttons up there. 3-1 for Miranda. Is a strike. And he battles back into the count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kennison, Redmond, and Miranda, the first 3 for the Erial Baseball Club in the green and gold in the bottom of the first inning. Full count from Moises Miranda, and he's going to chop this one back out towards second base. Ramirez has a play, and it's in time. Haden Heights, however, puts up 3 and gives a tough battle for Erial to leap off of in the first. We'll be right back. 3-0 Haden Heights after a half frame.
Is number 12, T.J. Murphy.
All right, so you just missed the loud ovation for Mason Howe, the leadoff batter here for Erial. A couple of changes were made last second in the Erial lineup, so we'll still show it. It's the same players, but things got moved around a little bit. Your Erial starting lineup brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. For the guys tonight, it's going to be Mason Howe at the EH spot, Sam Redmond at first batting second, Moises Miranda still at third batting in the pitcher spot, Dylan Kennison in left, and Peyton Curvin, he's at shortstop in the 5 spot, McCade in center field, Feliciano at third, Zarmosky, the catcher, is behind the plate in the 8 spot as a ground ball to third for Howe is in time, 1 away, and Murphy's got his first out. The remainder of the order, Ryan Ramirez at second base and Hunter Yarabin in right field.
Now batting Number 21, Seth Redmond.
So here is Seth Redmond out of the lefty batter's box versus Murphy here as a quick 5-3 ground out starts off the bottom of the first. That one's low, 1-0. Two and one. To Sam Redmond, or Seth Redmond, excuse me. That one's inside. Murphy had a couple of wild ones in warm-ups, but seems to be working efficiently. But that's going to be ball 4 to Redmond. And he draws Erial's first base runner of the night
the pitcher,
for Moises Miranda. 3 runs allowed in the first frame. Now trying to help his own cause on the offensive side of the ball. Here's the first pitch from Murphy. Up and in. That one's going to drop. He's going to almost go down to second, but he thinks the wiser and holds up. So it's a 1-0 count here to Miranda. But I think one of the best things for Erial here is if they can count on good plate discipline, they can definitely get some more base runners that way. I mean, it sounds like like an obvious thing to say, but at this level, these kids, at least depending on who your coach is, they haven't been taught the proper way to swing it. I was always told in Little League, swing at anything close. But at this level, where these umpires are a little more experienced, where, the players are a little more experienced, if they can hold off on the ball more and save their best swings for what they've got in the tank, as that's going to be a stolen base, if these guys can hang on to that, then they'll get some runs on the board, and we could have a high-scoring game tonight. 3 runs in the first inning for Haddon Heights, and now already a runner in scoring position for Erial, with Miranda ahead in the count 2-1 here as the pitcher in the 3 spot. Two-1. Outside. Three balls, 1 strike to Miranda with Dylan Kennison on deck. For Erial, as this one is skied out towards left field, and it is going to one-hop off the wall and left as a huge ovation comes through. A run will score. Miranda's going to get to third, and he's going to hold up with a triple. He just replicated what Haddon Heights did in the top half of the frame. He's got an RBI triple, helping his own cause from the 3 spot. How about them apples? And it's 3-1 for Kennison.
Now batting number 3, Dylan Kennison.
So a ground out followed by a walk, a stolen base, and an RBI triple put Erial in business here with the infield on the edge of the grass. This one is floated out towards left on the first pitch by Kennison. That's going to drop for a base hit. It'll hook into the left field line. Kennison's got an RBI single, and it's 3-2. And now this brings up Peyton Curvin, the shortstop.
Now batting number 42, Peyton Curvin.
Back-to-back RBIs on back-to-back pitches for Erial. As Erial might just have made up the deficit for what they gave up in the first. This one is hit well. They are killing the ball in the left center field. That's going to drop. And a base hit puts 2 runners on with just 1 away as Curvan gets aboard.
Now batting number
and a
7,
big hit for the baseball
McCade.
club, bringing up Richie McCade as Steve Barr already coming out and going to have a conversation with TJ Murphy. Don't forget to tune in on Thursday, August 29th, as DWB opens their second football season with a Thursday night kickoff against the Riverside Rams with Palmyra Panthers as the visitor. They're actually going to make a pitching change, so Murphy only got 1/3 of an inning in before being subbed out. The new pitcher is going to be number 6, that being Fireworks?
TJ's
Oh,
pitch
my
count
goodness.
is 14.
So Frank Farich comes in as some fireworks on the field and fireworks off the field. We'll be right back. 3-2, Haddon Heights leads. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. So Frankie Farich comes in here for Haddon Heights as Richie McCade looks to keep this Erial rally alive as the first pitch is high and away. Barr takes it in and it's 1-0. But Erial, what a run they've had. I mean, they had a first pitch ground out to start the inning, and I didn't have that high hopes for them to at least get a run on the board, but they have gotten 4 straight on base. Now they're going to have 5. No, it's a foul ball. That was just foul down the line, and it's 1-1, but they were this close to not only having 5 straight batters reach base, but also tying the game and maybe even taking the lead, depending on Curvan's wheels on first. Because you never know, that outfield might not have the quickest agility to getting there. Now we got to see where he's going to go with it. He's got third base open, but it could be a double play ball. Right near the letters, and it's 2-1. After the breaking ball didn't go, the 2-1 is going to trail inside. Had a little bit of inside break to it, and it's 3-1. Upstairs, and the bases are loaded. How about that? Did not think we were going to be in this scenario, but Kennison takes third, Curvan takes second, and McCade takes
Tyler
first.
Feliciano.
With Tyler Feliciano in the 7 spot. Hearing something going on around the ballpark. Last one we heard sounded like a quarter stick, like a firework of sorts. It's very interesting what you see in Camden, but Feliciano strikes out and there's 2 away. You can actually pick that up on the mic, funny enough. The whatever that was back there. Yeah, you can hear it again.
Now batting
0-1.
59, Haden Zarnowski.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss by Zarnowski. It's 0-2. 3-2, bases loaded, and 2 outs. Erial's already had a great run this inning, but I think the call to the relief may have helped them a bunch, and they will, as back-to-back Ks to end the first inning, get Haddon Heights out of an unbelievable jam. 11 pitches to end the inning, and Erial leaves the bases loaded, but not without a fight, as they bring 8 batters to the plate, and they score 2. We'll be right back in a 3-2 ball game. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Top of the second, this broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, next to the 42 on-ramp. As the umpire just rushed over to the third base side, a ball got away from the bullpen. So Haddon Heights leads Erial 3-2 after one frame here in the District 14 championship. Chopped out towards third for the pitcher Murphy. Picked up, throw across is just late, and he's got a base hit. Infield single for TJ Murphy, and that gets a runner on.
Now batting number 19, Nolan Doyle.
That's a nice chair.
So here's Nolan Doyle now for Haddon Heights. They're going to call a balk against Moises Miranda. And that will get a runner on. Or it will move the runner into scoring position, that is. So Nolan Doyle steps in, and the first pitch gets it down the third now. So just one pitch, and the runner advances 2 bases, 1 on a balk and 1 on a stolen base. Strike called. Haddon Heights with 3 runs on 3 hits tonight, trying to extend that lead. Took me until now to notice that Zarnowski is a left-handed catcher. You do not see many of those, and it's one of those things where you have to really earn it, being a lefty catcher and being able to start at the position as well.
And I think that's why he didn't have a throw down to third base, is because for the left-handed catcher, it's so much harder to throw down to that third base bag.
That's why it's less common. That one skips off of Zarnowski's mask, and it will be a wild pitch that brings in a run. Murphy, the pitcher, scores to help his own cause after the infield single, and it's 4-2. There was a time about 10 years ago when the Milwaukee Brewers were really banged up. Jonathan Lucroy had broken several toes on his foot from dropping a suitcase on his foot. And the backup catcher was also hurt, and they didn't really have any prospects at AAA or AA that they wanted to call up that they thought were Major League ready. But here's the 3-2. Doyle swings and misses. First strikeout of the night for Miranda, and there's one away, bringing up Frank Monahan now. But
Monahan.
Closing out the story, Logan Schaefer, who was the center fielder, or at least one of the outfielders at the time for the Brewers, he was the emergency catcher on the roster. Now, he never actually got playing time because Lucroy had healed up by the time that he would have been needed to come in. But it was one of the first times noted that a left-handed catcher had been at least even proposed in the major leagues. It was just always a second nature kind of thought where the third baseman, second baseman, and shortstops all have to be right-handed, so does the catcher. And that's one of those things where if you're a lefty thrower, you're either going to be a pitcher, a first baseman, or an outfielder. Your options are a little limited. Count is 3-0 to Monahan, and he's got a quick 4-pitch walk, wasting no time. And he'll have a 1-out free pass. The first free pass surrendered by Miranda tonight is Benji Durand. Grabs a bat in the 9 spot. Ball 1. Haddon Heights leads Erial 4-2 here in the top of the second. You're watching coverage of the New Jersey District 14 Junior Championship here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. As the runner goes, Monahan. That was a ball. As the throw down to second is awry, it trickles into shallow center field, and the count is 2-0. If you're a small business owner interested in being a sponsor of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, all the commercials you see on air are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by me. It goes towards my equipment expenses and towards my college fund, as I am going to RCSJ as an incoming freshman this fall. So if you're interested in joining the advertising game and getting in front of over 60,000 annual viewers to help grow your small business all across South and Central Jersey, send me an email today at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com with an advertising flyer that will give you information with pricing and sample commercials as well. On-site filming is provided along with discounts for renewing sponsorships. So if you're interested in getting in the advertising game, send me an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. That will also be available in the description of our YouTube videos. 2-1 count with Monahan at second. Pokes this one out towards right field. That is going to drop. It's a fair ball. Headed out towards the 311 sign. Picked up in right. Horsing around third and getting in there is Monahan. He'll score. He slips up at second base and he'll hold up. And Benji Durand has a 1-out RBI double.
Now batting number 33, Matt Daniels.
And here is Matt Daniels rounding out the order for the Garnets as they now lead 5-2. That one is hit in fair territory out towards short. A long throw on the way. Not in time. Bottom of the order getting productive as a single, strikeout, walk, and another single give a lot of business here for Haddon Heights. Excuse me, it is, hold on here, we got 3, and then they scored 1. Yeah, they did get another one, my apologies. Missed out on that one. I see what I did. So 3 hits this inning for Haddon Heights.
And not only are both teams doing a very good job of getting hits on the board, they're also doing a good job of putting the ball in play and legging out those infield singles.
As we were saying, Miranda only has 1 walk, but he also only has one strikeout as well. You know, these guys, whether they're outs or hits, they've been putting the ball in the play. Now, there were 2 strikeouts in relief for Farich as Haddon Heights relief guy, but haven't been too much. As we said, in that first inning, only had 3 combined strikeouts, which sounds like a lot, but considering the offensive output, you know, it's 5-2 in the top of the second inning. These guys have been working hard. Throw down to third, not in time. As we do go back to the top of the order for Carpino, who had a triple to lead off the game in the first inning, definitely set the tone for Haddon Heights' offensive production. As a part of a 3-run first, is now with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out, they are going to try to extend that lead and have another successful offensive output. Swing and a miss at a changeup upstairs, and it's 1-2. Frankie Farich, who singled for an RBI his last time, is on deck. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Miranda. Comes to the leadoff man, and there are 2 away now as he's retired 2 via the strikeout here in the second.
Frank Farich.
Outside, 1-1. Ground ball out towards short, gets right under him. That goes into left center field. 1 run's going to come in to score. That's Durand. Daniels will come in, and that's going to be a 2-run single off the bat of Faris. He's got 3 RBIs in just 2 innings, and it's going to be 7-2 Haddon Heights. Definitely just got to step up on the defensive side. I mean, that's something that, you know, is grinded into these guys defensively. As there's a strike called, runner gets down to second. One of the things that I've really noticed is that both of these teams are loving the steal bases, and that might just be because they're somewhat new to the 60-90 format. Time is called, and a balk is going to be called. That's the second one called against Miranda here in the inning.
Yeah, pitcher decided to go from the windup with the runner on second. Runner being heads up and alert, jumps early, and then catches the pitcher out of the windup. That's a balk, so he gets awarded third regardless.
The second balk issued against Miranda today. It's going to be low. And that definitely rattles the pitcher a little bit, because usually you get a warning first in Little League, but now that these guys have gotten a little older, you know, the days of warnings and you know, stuff issued against you, it's behind you. You know, whatever happens, and it ends up hurting Erial pretty bad there, as they're down by 5 now.
And when you're playing at the 12U division or the 10U division like we saw yesterday, there's no leads, and they have to wait until the pitch crosses the plate to be able to steal. So you can pitch from the windup when you're younger. Pitching from the stretch is new for some of these guys.
And especially, that's going to be a big part of their learning curve. A scoop at first. It hits them. It will hit the first baseman, McCabe. And now Faris comes in to score, and it's going to be 8-2 as a 5-run inning. As Cole is actually going to be 0 for 2 at the dish, because he reached on 2 errors. So Delgazo comes up. He popped out last time. Head coach Angelo Feliciano coming out to talk to his man, with a beautiful Friday night. Maybe not the most beautiful sounding Friday night, whatever the quarter sticks were going on behind us. But obviously, always a pleasure to be here at the Camden Athletic Complex. We hadn't been here since from this April, when we did the Rutgers-Camden last game of the regular season versus Stockton back on April 8th. Always a pleasure to be back here, though, and even if parking is a little devilish, ends up being fun for us, as Haddon Heights has put on an offensive slaughterfest, up 6 now, in an 8-2 game in the top of the second. And remember, these guys do play 7 with a 5-inning mercy rule if necessary. So if Haddon Heights continues to roll through these guys, might not be here for the full 7. That one's going to be high, and again, they're going to get him down to second base. But these guys are just ready to go, and especially these younger guys that are locked in on the speed factor. They just love to steal bases. They're going to do it at any opportunity that they can. You can see Haddon Heights trying to fool Miranda there and trying to bait him into another balk as a fly ball in a deep left field. It is caught. Side retired. So he'll bring it in. That had good distance on it, but in the pitcher-friendly park, you don't have a prayer. Haddon Heights gets 5 runs on the board, and they have a big lead ahead of them going to the bottom of the second inning. It is 8-2. We'll be right back. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned, full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Getting it started with Ryan Ramirez here in the bottom of the second. You're watching coverage of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting and the New Jersey District 14 Junior Championship. Haddon Heights leads by 6 as this one has popped up over towards first base. And it's caught. Barr behind the dish makes the play, 1 away. Great play down there by Barr to set that up, and knew he had enough room, especially towards the opposing team's dugout. He's not getting any help from anybody else telling him if he's got room, if he's got, room to spare, because he's towards the opposing team's dugout. They're not going to tell him anything. So Yarabini with 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. Tapped foul over towards the Heights dugout, and it's quickly 0-2, but definitely a good choice by Haddon Heights to bring in that early relief with Farich. I think that a big part of their game was, that they were just having trouble keeping guys off base. They had gotten, 5 guys in a row, whether it was through walks or base hits or even triples like we had with Moises Miranda. They had trouble keeping guys off of the ball, and now that Farich is in, he had 2 strikeouts to end the inning, and now that he's with the bottom of the order, Erial seems like their biggest flaw right now is that they're a very top-heavy order. And, those first 5-6 guys are going to absolutely mash the ball, but then you've got to get through these next couple guys, and Haddon Heights seems to have their number. Although he almost proved me wrong there with a line drive down the line, and it's 1-2. Don't forget, throughout the summer season, tune in as the Collegiate Tri-County Baseball League brings you great action all the way from the Pine Barrens, all the way to Cinnaminson, and all the way down even towards Salem County and Cumberland County and Vineland. The 13-team league has been in operation since 1954, and as they celebrate their 70th season of work, we bring you Dan Wilkins Broadcasting coverage of the Tri-County Baseball League with a 12-game package from Memorial Day all the way to the first week of August with the 33rd Annual Carter Cup. You can watch all of our previous Tri-County Baseball streams on our YouTube page, along with our future broadcast that we announce every Monday. So, bit of a on-deck circle discrepancy there. We had seen that Erial was lining up their on-deck hitters in the opposite on-deck circle, and the umpire signaled to Redmond. He said, no, you got to set up over there, but in Little League you can do that, so Carmine had a quick rules check there. That one is down, 2-0. Up there in the booth behind the plate, the district administrator, Carmine Rampola. He says hello, along with his buddy up there. One skips off of the umpire's mask, and it's 3-0. Even with 2 outs here, if they can get 1 run across, it'll definitely help their momentum and just their rapport in general, their general team morale. You don't want these guys getting down in the dumps because you're down by 6 after 2 frames. If they can string some stuff together, they can definitely be a little bit happier about themselves and run into that 3rd inning with a lot more pride.
Seth Redmond.
So here's Seth Redmond. Don't forget, as a small South Jersey-owned business, you can always contribute today by helping out with our Venmo. It's DW Broadcasting. What it has on the screen there is a little inaccurate. There is no dash or space. It's just DW Broadcasting. But any help is appreciated. It goes towards my college fund and towards equipment expenses. So even if you don't own a small business, anything is possible. And we're here day in and day out to bring you coverage of South Jersey athletics. Dirt bikes are in town here in Camden, running all throughout Delaware Ave behind us here. As the runner gets down to second, Mr. Howe, Sam Redmond at the dish. It's 2-0. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that, here with Rutgers Camden, they play almost 20, 30 home games here a year from February to May. And I have heard horror stories of several Rutgers Camden parents who have gotten parking tickets for parking in a permit parking spot when there's really nowhere else to go. And then those dirt bikes go past on the street and they get nothing. The campus police is one thing, but I see Camden County cops all around here, and there's just you got non-street legal vehicles on here, and this is a kids game going on.
Yeah, you mentioned the parking tickets, and it's funny because when you were here to cover my game, my grandparents and everybody that had parked on the street that's behind us got a parking ticket.
And he gets a ticket to the dugout for strike 3 as Farich gets a strikeout and gets out of the 1 runner and 2 out jam in the bottom of the second. So Erial's got a lot to do in the 3rd, but first they've got to hold off Haddon Heights. It's 8-2 after 2.
26 pitches.
Evan Barr gets the party started in the top of the third here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Coverage of the Junior Bracket Championship game. Now keep in mind that Erial has one loss against him, and that was to Haden Heights earlier this week in the semifinal round. So these guys have played each other. This is game 2 of 3 that they've had to go up against. And now they could theoretically play a third if Erial comes back and wins. If they do, they go for a do or die at 7 o'clock on Saturday the 29th. Now, I am not sure. I would assume that do or die game 3 would be here in Camden as the host site for the championship. That one is outside, 2-1. We'll find out from Carmine, but that's obviously an if scenario, not a when scenario. With Haddon Heights being up 6 runs, you never know what could happen. Ball got away from the bullpen. It is Barr, Soriano, and Murphy. Barr and Soriano, the only batters not to hit in the second for the Garnets. Popped up back behind us and near the track behind the dish. Another grounder foul. Three balls, 2 strikes. And nobody out as Haddon Heights looking to resume their eventful offensive production. This one is tapped foul. Count remains full.
This is a great at-bat from Barr here, doing a nice job of fouling off a couple pitches and filling up the count at 3-2, fighting for a pitch that he likes in this at-bat.
And he did not get the pitch that he wanted, but he got a pitch good enough to where he'll draw a walk.
Now batting number 99, Jack Soriano.
Miranda surrendering his second walk of the evening as Jack Soriano, who struck out his first time, is at the dish. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Valiant effort, but it was on a hop. Runner goes again. This one's high and in. The throw looks close, and he got him. Huge throw down at third, and Barr is retired. Not happy with the call. And there is... That will be the first out. I'll take care of it. Strike called, 3-1.
So the 3-1 on the way. This one is driven out to left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Gets by both outfielders, on his horse, but puts on the brakes. So a single there for the Garnets.
Now batting number 12, T.J. Murphy.
All right, so Murphy grabbing a bat here in the top of the third.
And he has the other ball.
And while they wait for this at-bat to go forth, let's take a look at your instant replay on that stolen base attempt cut down, brought to you by Garden State Pet Center.
High and in, the throw looks close.
Definitely looks like he got him.
Got him.
Kind of a
huge throw down at
third. It back one more time.
High and in,
Gets
the
70%
throw
speed there.
looks close.
Yeah, it looks like it's close.
Got him.
I think that definitely goes in the favor of Erial there as they cut down the runner at third. Balk called. That's the third one. And he was already on his way down to second. But it ends up working for him here. And he was already in motion, so I think, and he was halfway down the bag, so didn't matter too much. But Murphy swings and misses. 0-1. Oh, 2. Popped way up. Look out. Look out. There we go. I'm not a righty. I got my mic in my left hand. Strike 3. Murphy goes down on strikes, and that's strikeout number 4 for Miranda.
Nolan Doyle.
2 away. Ball hit straight off the bleachers there. Reminds me, a couple of weeks ago we did the Audubon Wiffle Ball Classic. I actually caught a home run hit off of Audubon, or hit from Audubon quarterback Brayson McCracken. Went straight out to left center field, and of course catching a wiffle ball while having a microphone in your hand is a lot different than catching a baseball, but I did it either way. 2-0. Did have a good question for you though. When Sterling was playing Audubon and you were in right field, how well did you hear my commentary out there?
I was not paying attention whatsoever.
You were paying attention to the game. That's the right answer.
I was completely locked in on trying to get the win. And in that game, we were close to beating Audubon. That was one of our better games against them in recent years.
13,
so for me,
Monahan.
especially because the last time I was there, I played horribly with the sun in my face, a couple errors. We got screamed at by coach after the game. So with that one, I was just locked in trying to do my best out and right.
That was, funny enough, the shortest ever 7-inning broadcast in DWE history, 1 hour and 19 minutes for a 7-inning game. It was a 4-1 final in favor of Audubon, but that one is down 2-0.
Well, and that one was an absolute pitcher's duel. I remember Vaughn McVeigh for us had one shaky inning with the bases loaded and Audubon capitalized, but other than that, he did a great job of shutting them down. And the Audubon starter, who I can't remember the name of that day because I was more worried about the guys on my team, did a great job of really mixing in not only the fastball but his off-speed stuff to keep hitters off balance, and we were only able to scratch one across that day.
In a 4-1 final, but focusing on the game here, it is a 3-1 count with the bases, with runners on second and third, with Monahan at the dish, who walked his last time. That one goes to the backstop. Runner's not going, and that will load the bases.
Now batting number 9, Benji Duran.
Monahan with his second walk of the night. As Durand at the dish. I think they're keeping in Miranda until they have to take him out. You know, he's been doing good tonight, but just his problem has been the control. You know, especially in a tight zone, he's thrown the ball well, but in cases like that, you know, sometimes it just gets away from you, and you might not be used to the turf mound. You might not be used to, you know, the environment of where he's playing in. It's so many variables, but, you know, there's several reasons why Haddon Heights is up by 6 right now.
Well, that and the balks, Dan. I mean, he's been a little rattled with the Heights runners on base and caused them to get a couple extra bases, which hasn't helped his case, and that's why the score is 8-2.
And he's had 3 balks called against him, 2 in the second and 1 in the third. And now trying to save face for it. He's ahead in the count here. He's got 2 outs. And he's got a swing and a miss, but he's got to tag the bag to retire the side. So a big inning for Erial there as they're going to look to let the momentum swing their way.
84.
He's got 84, as you heard, through 3, so his night isn't coming to an end just yet, but it's on the horizon. Ariel's got 6 runs to make up in the third. We'll be right back.
Has their Little League apparel.
Bottom of the third inning with the beautiful Ben Franklin Bridge in the background. Erial getting it started with Moises Miranda. So we'll reset the camera zoom here and with a strike called. One.
Now batting number 00.
The heart of the order for Erial. Batting in the bottom of the third, starting with Miranda, to be followed up by their 4 and 5 guys, Carrison and Curvin. Erial brought 4 men to the plate, only got 1 on with a 2-out walk, and that's going to graze Miranda right in the midsection, and he'll get aboard as he reaches base for the second time in as many at-bats tonight. Time called by Coach Barr. They just said that for Faris, that's his last batter of the night. This batter here.
Now batting number 42,
that being,
Peyton Curvin.
Oh, they're going to. No, it's not. Even I got to say that was Kennison, not Curvin.
As a correction, number 3, Dylan Kennison.
One 0 count with Faris, who was confirmed that this is his last batter. Foul ball caught by the third base coach. Unfortunately, that doesn't count anything. It's 1-1.
And with Heights not having their starter make it out of the first inning, that 6-run lead is really huge, as the bullpen has had a lot of cushion to work with in this game.
Especially with the fact that he only had 1/3 of an inning. Faris came in, got back-to-back strikeouts, and got the job done. But with a lot of these guys running hog wild tonight, if Erial just gets 3 runs on the board in the 3rd and 4th, they already wore Haddon Heights down. They loaded the bases and got out of the inning without any runs scored. So here comes the throw down to second base. It is not in time. He got in there. And again, another disagreement with the call, but he gets in there on a stolen base. Going to be 3-1 with a great view in left center field of the sun going behind the Ben Franklin Bridge, but this one's going to go over towards third. A backhanded play. Now the throw down to first is in time, and Miranda advances to third. There's 1 away. Great shot back there of the Ben Franklin Bridge, and Coach Barr coming out to take care of
total
his pitcher, Faris.
34.
He's got 34 total pitches. As we said, the 00 of Moises Miranda has 84 going into the 4th, so we'll have Haddon Heights' third pitcher, and it's going to be Delgazo. We'll be right back here on DWB. Haddon Heights with an 8-2 lead, but with runners threatening. We'll be right back. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Delgazo gets it started, and that's going to be a wild pitch that brings home Miranda, and it is 8-4.
Peyton Curvin.
Or excuse me, 8-3. But the comeback has started nonetheless, as Curvin is up with one away. Final line for Faris. He threw 2 total innings, jumping in with one away in the first and taking off with one away in the third. Had 4 strikeouts and no runs allowed, as both of the runs that came in for Erial were off of Murphy. That is down, 3-1. Line drive, base hit in the left field. And Curvan has a single, and putting Delgazo in a little bit of trouble here as Erial is putting Heights on notice as Curvan gets his second hit of the night, bringing up Richie McCann.
And now, after 1 run already in this inning and a base hit right there, Erial with a little bit more life in that dugout trying to claw their way back into this game.
It's hard to get excited in a dugout, genuinely, when you're down by 6 in the second inning. Like that energy, if you're rooting on your guys, sometimes it's a little bit fabricated, but these guys seem to have that genuine energy back into them, clawing back into this game. They've got 1 out in the third. They've still got plenty of time to get back into the game, and a new pitcher for them basically means a new slate. They're seeing this guy for the first time. If they can attack him, then that's great for Erial. If they can't, then Haddon Heights can hang on to that lead and use their defense behind them to get outs. Ground ball over to third, and it's a foul ball. One ball, one strike. One, two. That is down. They'll hold him. And a 2-2. Cricket pitch, skips down, Barr looks for it, he's got it, and he kicks the ball away. Goes towards the dugout, and he'll get down to second base. So count is now full. That is ball 4 to McCabe. And this brings up Feliciano, who struck out his first time. Going to get another shot here. With Barr coming out and talking it over here.
And this is where you would have liked to have the starter go on a little bit longer, just a third of an inning pitched, and now Haddon Heights seem to be in a little bit of trouble with less arms than they would have had potentially in this bit of a jam in the bottom of the third. And credit to Erial for battling back here with runners on first and second. They already scratched across 1, and they have chance to do it again with the batter up the dish.
Batting Paulo Feliciano.
All right, so they've got a chance to capitalize here with Feliciano. 2 runners on and 1 away. That is down, 1-0. Going to be 2-2 now to Feliciano, who's got a big opportunity in his hands, and he fouls it back. And it goes under. Went under the netting. I was going to say, I feel like I'm under attack. I already caught one, had a couple go towards me. Usually we set up in the outfield for these broadcasts, but the fence is a little too high in Camden for that to be a possibility. And also, the fact that we have direct access to power helps. Strikes out. 2 away for Zarnowski.
That's a big strikeout right there from the Heights pitcher. Kind of calms things down to a rallying Erial team, and now just an out away from getting out of this jam.
That one gets away. And both runners advance. A 1-0 count and 2 runners in scoring position.
Come on, Haden, bring them home.
Popped up, third base side. This one has a chance. It's going to drop foul into the Haddon Heights dugout. And if I can hear your music from across the street, you know, I don't want to be that kind of guy, but I turn down my radio speaker at a red light, you know, and I have the windows up. Funny the way it is, but 1-1 count. Popped up again. This one's going to be a little bit closer, and diving, almost having to play as Delgado didn't get it. And there's a foul, makes it 1-2. But 2 runners in scoring position. This could really be the breaking point for Erial, because yes, they'll have, you know, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th to work with, but this early part of the game, if you're going to prevent Haddon Heights from getting any further, this is where you've got to capitalize off of Delgado. He lines this one out towards second base. It's picked up, though, and the throw to first is in time. Side retired. So Zarnowski grounds out, and Delgado gets in relief and gets out of the jam. It's 8-3 as Erial gets a run back, but nothing more, leaving 2 runners on. We'll be right back here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
So Moises Miranda's night is done after 3 frames. Now the lefty Redmond comes in for Erial in the top of the 4th. They got a run home, but the score is still 8-3 going to the top half of the 4th inning. That's the first pitch. It's going to be upstairs. 1-0. Great shot there of the Ben Franklin Bridge and the Patco train going by as a swing and a miss. 1-1. Daniels was the only batter at the bottom of the order not to hit. It turns over with 11, 1 and 2. Carpino and Freese. And a hit by pitch to Daniels gets a runner on.
Now batting number 8.
A new arm coming into the game for Erial, really trying to shut things down. Not the ideal start of plunking the first batter, and let's see if Heights can make anything with a leadoff base runner.
So now going back to the top of the order with Carpino here. You know, Haddon Heights left the bases loaded in the 3rd. Now they're going to try to, chime back into this game as the delivery from the lefty Redmond is away, 1-0. Strike call.
And something I'm interested to see.
Throw back to first. Hold on here. He's going to get up, but he's not going to go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to be interested to see is we have a lefty now out there on the mound, and at the age of 13, they start taking leads on the 60-90 field, and there's pickoffs. So I want to see, do we get a lefty move over to first, try and catch somebody sleeping?
Who knows? But we'll have to see. He already tried it once. And a line drive out to third. Carpino with a rocket in the infield. That'll be a base hit as it skips off of Ramirez's glove. Shoots out to the shortstop, but he corrals it in. And this will bring up Freese. Carpino now 2 for 3 after a triple in the 1st and a single here in the top of the 4th inning. I mean, these guys have been red hot. Scoring 3 runs in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, going scoreless in the 3rd, but now trying to get back into the swing of things in the 4th. Oh, 1. Line drive, rocketed to left. It's going to drop and it's going to skip over in left field. And Daniels will hold, but now the throw gets away. He's going to come in and he will score on the errant throw. The runner gets down. Daniels scores, almost trips up himself, and it's going to be 9-3. So Freese with an RBI single that's going to turn into an E7. It's going to be 9-3.
Now batting number 4, Luke Cole.
So here is Luke Cole here, who has reached on 2 errors, 0 for 2 on the night. So 1-1 count, and 2 runners in scoring position here for Haddon Heights. Popped up and caught. 1 away.
Now batting the pitcher, number 5, Alex.
And a big
Delgado.
first out there for Erial, especially after the error allows a run and 2 men are in scoring position. A nice shot by the pitcher to force a pop-up in the infield for the first out of the inning.
Keeping those 2 runners at bay at second and third after the pop-up by Cole. Delgado with a chance to help his own cause as a pitcher here, with 1 run already across, trying to prevent this game from going into double digits. He's going to get it there with a line drive single to left. That will score Carpino on his horse around third. Tough play on 1 hop. It gets around everybody. Skips off of the pole behind the dish. Now he's going to go down to third base. He's going to try to get in there, and he's going to be in there with a 3-bagger off the bat of Delgado. 2 runs to help his own cause, and it's 11-3.
Great piece of hitting there to the left side, just through the 5-6 hole on a rope that allows 2 runs to come in and score, and a good job of being heads up, sees the ball get all the way to the backstop and takes third base. Great heads up play there from Delgado.
And Delgado, after going 0 for 2, really needed that redemption there, bringing home Carpino and Faris. There's a fly ball. Shallow left center, that drops. And that will be a base hit to make it 12-3. So Haden Heights continuing their ways with a 4-run frame as Barr adds his own with an RBI single for Soriano now. Throw back to first, not in time. This broadcast is brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Get your wholesale kitchen cabinets and countertops today at heavily discounted rates compared to big box retailers. Visit today at 612 Creek Road in Belmar, next to the 42 on-ramp. Soriano, number 99, at the dish here with 4 runs already across for Haddon Heights. Time is called, and another balk is called. This is the first against Redmond, the 4th total against Erial. 3 were called against Miranda in the first 3 innings. And it gets him down to second. Like we said, no balks against Haddon Heights tonight, but those balks have really hurt Erial in big ways with 4 of them tonight, which is a unprecedented number. But I guess at this age, you know, they're not afraid to call them. They're not afraid to enforce that rule, which I appreciate. I like the fact that they're calling it by the letter of the law. You know, if it happens, they're not leaving any room for leeway. It's just how it is.
Yeah, and you're right, Dan. That's good for the kids because they're learning. They're learning to try and come set in the stretch and learning all these new rules about baseball that come and are implemented at 13 years old. So a nice job by the officials to call the game as it is.
And that's something that you don't see too much nowadays. You know, these guys sometimes, I've seen rules that are very lazily enforced because, oh, nobody calls it that way. But that's not how the game of baseball works. You have to play it by the rules. Ground ball to second base. Ramirez is there. Throw across on a scoop. Doesn't get it. And that is going to bring home the 13th run to make it 13-3. And now 10-run lead. And you only need now an inning and a half to give Haddon Heights an early District 14 championship. Daniels, along with Carpino, Freese, and now Barr and Delgado have all scored in this frame, a 5-run inning, as they have absolutely blown this game wide open. That one goes to the backstop. He'll get above there, and he'll get in. Soriano advances. This one's drilled by Murphy out towards right. It will drop, and it's going to skip off his glove and go into right field. Coming around third. Runner's going to come in and score. Murphy. And it is 14-3 with a 6-run fourth.
Now batting number 19, Nolan Doyle.
Lefty throws down to third. That throw is going to be a little wide. That's going to go into left field for a base hit. And the E2 brings home Murphy standing, and it's 15-3. Doyle now with nobody on, kind of a clean slate here, swing and a miss, 0-2. Don't forget to tune in on July 14th for the South Jersey Soccer Summer Classic. Kind of a mouthful there, but run by Justin Faust, the head coach of Northern Burlington Soccer. 16 teams from South and Central Jersey duke it out up in East Hampton all day on July 14th. Can't believe summer's just getting started. It feels like we're so far into it already, but just the last week of June here, got plenty more to go, as that one is going to miss, and it's 2-2.
Now batting number 13, Frank.
So free pass. And Doyle gets aboard. First time tonight. And here's Monahan. 2 walks for him. Here in a game that has kind of gone out of hand. It's 15-3, but a shame to see it happen in a district championship. You know, you wish this is something that you take care of in the first round. Now, I don't know the score of the game the first time these two met up earlier this week in the semifinal round, but this is the second game this tournament that they've played against each other, once in the semis in the winner bracket and once in the finals that you're watching right now. But, you know, Haddon Heights just seems like they've got all the momentum, and it's not that both of these teams have elite defenses or that these guys are hitting the ball extremely well, because both teams have hit the ball well, but Haddon Heights just seem to have a little bit more power in their bats, a little bit more efficiency with pitching, and just a little bit better composure overall.
And I think the aggressiveness from Haddon Heights on the bases is what allowed for this score to happen. They did a good job of, in the early frames, getting a guy on first and immediately stealing on the first pitch to second base. You already set yourself up with a man in scoring position. And I think that's one of the factors in this game that kind of flew under the radar a little bit.
And they definitely, you know, killed it with that. I mean, they tried to steal every single base. They're still stealing every base, and they're up by 12 runs. You know, whether we or disagree with that from an unwritten rule standpoint, you know, I mean, it's the top of the fourth inning, and I mean, these guys are still running hog wild on the bases, and I don't have a problem with it, because, you know, look, the game isn't over till it's over, so I get it. But definitely something that's frustrated Erial a little bit just on the field is that these guys just don't seem to have a break, if you will. These guys are just all gas, no brakes, stealing every time that they can, and if it works, it works, and they're using it to their fullest advantage. But right now, Haddon Heights has definitely given themselves a more than comfortable lead going into the bottom of the fourth, and we still only have one out in the top of the fourth, as that's going to be caught at second. Nice play by Ramirez for out number 2.
Now batting number 9, Benji Durand.
So here is Benji Durand, and with this, the entire Haddon Heights order will have batted around. And that is an even more impressive feat with 11 batters. It's not an easy thing to do, but they've put up 7 runs, and they have made this game not easy for Erial. Here is the 1-0 on its way with a runner on third. Infield still playing pretty standard depth here. Two-one cap. Popped up out towards short, and it's caught side retired. But Haddon Heights puts this game into overdrive with 7 runs going to the bottom of the fourth, 15-3 in favor of the Garnets. We'll be right back here on DWB. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning from the Camden Waterfront, welcome to the Camden Athletic Complex here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. This broadcast is brought to you by our good friends over at Harper Driving School. Over 95% of students who take Harper driving tests pass their state test on their first attempt. If you like those odds, book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. Ryan Ramirez getting the party started in the bottom of the 4th. Fly ball to right, caught by Murphy. And Ramirez is retired, 1 away. And here's Yarabin.
Now batting.
Ramirez now 0 for 2 on the night.
Yarbini.
That's a good job by Delgado, just pitching a contact with a huge lead up by 12 runs. Just got to pitch and hope your defense makes the plays. A good first out of the inning there with a fly out to right.
Yarabin takes outside. 1-0. Two one. 3-1 count here to Yarabin. He takes ball 4. And the 10 hitter reaches base for the first time tonight, turning the lineup back over with Mason
Now
Howe.
batting number 2, Mason Howe.
And you talked about earlier in this game, Dan, how the first 5 to 6 hitters of this Erial lineup were able to do a ton of damage and now turn it over the scorecard. Already with a runner on, Erial looking to try and claw their way back in this game, down 12.
Ball 1 to Mason Howe here. Two-0 count here, and as Haddon Heights pitching, having struggles putting the ball in the strike zone unit, they're up by 12 here. The last thing that they want to do is have to play the full 7 innings. You've got the light at the end of the tunnel right in front of you. You don't want to have that pushed back 2 more innings. You know, you want to get out of here in 5 if you can, move on to Section 4. But, you know, these guys obviously want that to stay different. As a 4-pitch walk, Coach Barr coming out. And he's not going to talk to him directly, just talking to him sidelines here. As back-to-back free passes bring up the lefty Sam Redmond, and he is actually going to come out here, and they are going to take him out. So Delgazo is taken out, and we'll have a DWB pitching change here with 2 runners on and 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Haddon Heights 15, Erial 3. Two runners in scoring position. Excuse me. 2 runners on first and second. But now could be 2 runners in scoring position. To throw down to third is in time. And the throw down to third
for Erial, number
gets
21, Seth
Redmond out. Yarabin out for out number 2, but advances Mason Howe down to second. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Howe held it first. I thought it was going to be a double steal. It was just 1. Tapper over towards second base. Picks it up. Flip to second. Is in time. They threw over to first, I assume to get out number 4, but the inning is over. We're through 4, and Haddon Heights is 1 inning away from a district championship and a trip to Deptford next week. 15-3 is your current score. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Southpaw still on for Erial, but Daniels at the bottom of the order gets the nod as the leadoff hitter, getting 11, 1, and 2, followed up by Carpino and Freese in a 15-3 game. Chance to end it in this inning after a 7-run fourth inning. This game definitely got out of hand, but looked like Erial, they were holding on for a good while, and then just things got off the rails and their offense didn't really pick up. They got a couple runs on, got a couple runners on, but then when that runner was caught stealing down at third, that definitely poked a big hole in things. 0-1. Strike two. Daniels with a single and a hit by pitch tonight. Outside. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out. As Redmond kicks and delivers a strikeout. One away. But you can definitely tell the environment in the ballpark has gotten a lot quieter.
Number 8, Mickey Carpino.
Mickey Carpino now batting. Don't have too big of a week for us ahead at DWB. We'll have to figure out what we have for American Legion baseball. Of course, look out in the upcoming days for 2 American Legion games, not on our channel, but with the Mullica Hill Legion, run by our good friends over at JBB Broadcasting, a new company forming in South Jersey. Of course, we give them our love and our great support as these guys go into their foray. Many of them graduates from Sterling High School. Of course, we know Tad Kozanowski very well over there at Sterling. And in a couple of days, they'll be uploading tape delay videos of Brooklawn versus Mullica Hill, and also Mullica Hill versus South Harrison. 2 different games, and then they've also got, I think actually their schedule is just waiting on Mullica Hill and Gloucester Township, but a 4-game package with them. This one's launched into left, at least for junior standards, and it's going to drop in left. So Carpino flies into second base, and he has a 3-hit night, including 3/4 of the cycle, a triple, single, and double. He's put himself in a great spot here for Faris. So here's Faris now, throw down to second. I think the Haddon Heights dugout wanted to call a balk there, but don't think they agreed with that one.
Well, with 4 balks already, it's not totally crazy for them to suggest that.
Lefty throw, not in time. Thought he might have gotten off the bag, and a late call. He's safe. Fly ball. Shallow. Oh, man, that drops. Carpino's coming home. They don't have a play. Now they're going to go to the plate. Throw is wide, and it's going to be 16-3 as Carpino comes in to score. Faris reaches, and because the ball never hit anybody, that has to be scored as an infield single, and it is a 4-for-4 night for Faris with 3 RBIs. He's definitely a good candidate for player of the game just because he's got 3 RBIs, 4 for 4, and not only that, but also that he got 2 scoreless innings in relief. And, you know, taking over for TJ Murphy, who didn't have the cleanest start, definitely was a big boost for these guys. And they're part of the reason why Haddon Heights has the big lead that they do, because he shut down Erial and didn't allow them to get, you know, too far into their trenches.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 innings of relief. They were huge because Erial came back with a little bit of life, and Faris did a good job to hold them at bay and keep them down by 1 run to get the hot bats back into the dugout for the Garnets, and they came rolling with a 5-run second.
And as we said, 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second, none in the third, 7 in the fourth, and now 1 additional in the fifth. And they've got 1 out to work with. Two balls, 1 strike. 3-hitter Cole with Delgado on deck. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now. I'm a little bit surprised about the rules about stepping out of the box. I remember it was a big thing in Little League where you weren't allowed to step more than 1 foot out of the box. You'd get a warning once, and then you'd actually get called for a strike if you did it more than once. As Ramirez snow cones it, and it's caught, or taken over at first, rather. And there's 2 away to bring up Delgado, one of the relief pitchers on the mound tonight.
Number 5, Alex,
as that's 2 away here in the 5th.
And you mentioned the relievers for Haddon Heights. Delgado with a couple solid innings in relief as well. The starter, only 1/3 of an inning pitch. So give a credit to Haddon Heights bullpen for the outing they had today.
A ground ball to third gets botched. And they're going to chase him back to the bag, but no luck. Now runners on the corners.
Now batting number 7, Evan Barr.
And even Delgado has now reached twice tonight, with Barr having 2 runners on. Strike called. That one gets away. They'll hold that runner at third, and they'll get down to second base. One ball, two strikes. They're going to run, but it's foul. That one almost hit the umpire's sunglasses back behind the dish. And another wild pitch advances those runners. They're still on second and third, but there's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And I mean, just a shame that this, just a shame that these guys, you know, couldn't put on a better show. Not really anybody's fault, but it's just a matter of competition in the district. With only 4 teams, these guys having already met in the winner's bracket once. Erial was already riding on 1 loss. As the 2-2 is high, but hit out towards left, chasing in and making a leaping catch. And left to retire the side. Haddon Heights is 3 outs away from a dominant District 14 championship. We'll be right back after this. Bottom of the 5th inning, Haddon Heights leads Erial 16-3. They put up 1 run in the top of the 5th inning, and now they've got 3, 4, and 5 to deal with from the lefty. Going to be Miranda, Kinnison, and Curvin as there's a strike. 0-1. And another swing and a miss, 0-2. Erial, as we said, got 3 runs on the board across tonight. 2 in the first inning. Had a good shot at going things, and you know, look, they have been swinging the bats well. Just need to put some stuff together, and this is still a very good ball club by all stretches. But when you're playing in the district championship, obviously over the course of a 7-inning game, a lot of things can happen, and a lot of things have happened tonight. Erial, as we said, one of the biggest things was with Haddon Heights getting a lot of those base runners on and stealing bases. I mean, they were stealing bases up by 12, 13 runs, so that only led to more things. But they're going to try to close it out here and get a 1-2 pitch that is taken outside, 2-2.
And I mean, when we talk about Erial, they did a good job of coming into this game, putting up 2 runs and making it a 3-2 ball game, and then things kind of just spiraled out of control for them. And they got a couple unlucky breaks to go their way. Give credit where credit is due to Haddon Heights, who put the ball in play and did a good job of hitting in their runs. But Erial was right in this game after the first inning.
2-2 count. Swing and a miss. And Miranda goes down on strikes as Haddon Heights picks up a K here in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 5th. As Kennison grabs the bat. He had one of Erial's 3 RBIs tonight. As Haddon Heights up by 13 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Inside a little bit, called a strike. And the 0-1. And another swing and a miss there, using that curveball effectively from Cole here, who started out as the 3-hitter for Haddon Heights. Heights has burned through a lot of their bullpen tonight as they seemingly prepare for a sectional appearance. Throw over to first is in time. 2 away. And here is Peyton Curvin. Could be last chance for Erial here.
Now batting number 42, Peyton Curvin.
So here is Curvin. 2 away, bases empty. They're going to say yes. No appeal was made, but home plate umpire has the final say there. And it's 0-1. If the inning continues after Curvin, Richie McCabe will be next for the Erial Baseball Club. That one skips in. 1-1. That one hit him. And he'll pop up and head down to first base, and Erial's got a 2-out base runner. So Curvin just getting checked on there by his first base coach. And that'll bring up Richie McCabe. So luckily he gets back up and seems to be unscathed by the hit by pitch.
Now batting number 7, Richie McCabe.
Way up and inside, goes back, Barr's got it, and he'll trek down to second base here, putting Erial with a runner in scoring position here. Strike one. Erial looking to get their first run since the 3rd. Already had a run score on a wild pitch. And a foul tip. Could be down to our last strike here. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. One, 2 is outside. 2-2. Foul tip. It hit off of Barr. Looks like it got him in a couple places. and still got a 2-2 count. With 2 outs, with Curvin on second base. After a hit by pitch, he advanced on a stolen base. And now the 2-2 is upstairs, 3-2. Way up and in, and he will take a free pass. So back-to-back men getting on base here, bringing up Feliciano. 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, but due for a change here as infield coming out to meet
now batting
with his
for
pitcher.
Erial number 44, Tyler Feliciano.
This broadcast is brought to you by Vincent's Lawn Care. Anytime, any place in South Jersey, you can count on Vincent to get all of your lawn specialty needs done. Call 609-413-0403 for more information. Of course, not sure when our next broadcast is going to be. Got a pretty light weekend ahead, but may have a Tri-County game sometime this week. And then, of course, July 4th, taking a little bit of a rest. And we'll let you know if Section 4 games are on the horizon for the Little League brackets, wherever they may be, over at Deptford Little League. But again, of course, you can always follow our social media, including our Instagram at DW Broadcasting, along with our X account at DW Broadcasting, along with Facebook, and any other platform you can find DWB. We'll be posting our updates and our weekly schedules every Monday, where we'll be and when we'll be there. That one is high and away, 2-1. To Feliciano. Three balls, 1 strike. Erial could load the bases here. And they will. So a hit by pitch and 2 walks brings up Zarnowski with a chance to dig into this deficit here.
Now batting number 59, Haden Zarnowski.
Strike 1. Heights looking to close it out and punch their ticket to Deptford next week. Little tapper over towards the first base line. That's going to stay fair. Picked up, barehanded, throw to first is in time. And the Haddon Heights Garnets sweep their way with a 3-0 tournament and a District 14 championship. A bit of a subdued celebration, but a 16-3 final takes care of business, and Haddon Heights goes through a litany of pitchers but gets the job done anyway. So TJ Murphy only got 1/3 of an inning, but your player of the game presented by Harper Driving School. There'll be no interview today, but it's going to go to Faris. 3 RBIs, 4 for 4 at the plate, and 2 scoreless innings of relief. He did a heck of a job out there, and he will be sending Haddon Heights to Section 4 next week. So that'll be all for us tonight here on DWB. From our social media coordinators, Brandon DeKagerland and Keely Curran, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Nelson Reeves, our social media my wonderful producer, Jake Clark. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you next week. Have a good one, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on an excellent District 14 tournament. I've been given the task of introducing the Erial and Haddon Heights clubs for their runner-up and championship trophy presentations. Beginning, hold on, gotta wait for Carmine. Beginning with the runner-up, Erial. Left fielder number 3, Dylan Kennison. First baseman number 21, Seth Redmond. Pitcher number 00, Moises Miranda. Shortstop number 42, Peyton Curvan. Center fielder number 7, Richie McCabe. Third baseman number 44, Tyler Feliciano. Catcher number 59, Aiden Zarnowski. Second baseman number 13, Ryan Ramirez. Right fielder number 17, Hunter Yarabini. And DH number 2, Mason Howe. Along with coaches Angelo Feliciano, Jay Miranda, and Joe Redmond. Ladies and gentlemen, the Erial Little League Baseball Club.
Yeah, it's got a QR code in there. You can scan with.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Now introducing the District 14 champion, Haddon Heights. First up, number 8, Nikki Carpino. Number 6, Frank Faris. Number 4, Luke Cole. Number 5, Alex Delgazo. Number 7, Evan Barr. Number 99, Jack Soriano. Number 12, T.J. Murphy. Number 19, Nolan Doyle. Number 13, Frank Monahan. Number 9, Benji Duran. And number 33, Matt Daniels. Along with Haddon Heights coaches Steve Barr, Chris Soriano, and Dominic Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce to you the District 14 champions for the junior division, Haddon Heights.